When I was planning the writing of this book, I was in touch with a former senior German diplomat, and I told him that I was thinking of calling the book Germany's Russia Problem. His response was revealing because he said to me, "Do we have a Russia problem?" And in some ways, for me, that was the perfect confirmation of my idea, because I wanted to set out to write a book that explained how and why Germany had pursued the policies that it did from 1990 through to 2014, when Russia invaded Ukraine and annexed Crimea, to show that German policy had been not just over-optimistic, but it had been misguided. And it ended up, in fact, strengthening tendencies in Russia that ran counter to German and Western interests. And the fascinating question is why Germany, a country with such deep knowledge and experience of Russia, a country that cares about Russia, understands its importance for European security, why it ended up making such basic errors, and then having in 2014 to sharply revise that policy. Although I would stress that some elements of the previous policy, particularly the emphasis on building economic relations, remained. So the book discusses these. It looks at the historical context, the cultural context, considers why Germany feels this way about Russia. And feeling is important here because to a large extent, German policy towards Russia is guided by this historical context, by a sense of emotion about the past, by the connectivity that Germans have felt with Russia, as well as that extreme form of alienation that took place at least twice in the 20th century.